Hi, this is Milton Pedraza, CEO of the Luxury Institute and EI Expert LLC. In the first part of this podcast, I shared how the business world of the early 21st century, even for the most successful companies and executives, is filled with paradoxes, great extremes, and contradictions. And change is coming at a faster, more tumultuous rate for all of us. The growing evidence demonstrates that we're all gig economy workers now. According to an analysis by recruiting firm Korn Ferry, the average tenure for a C-suite executive is 5.3 years. The average retention rate for top tech companies, which includes workers at all levels, is 1.8 years. A software engineer at Apple lasts about 2 years. The data shows that firms are increasing the use of on-demand elite experts for critical projects. Today, there exist several specialized expert platforms across many industries such as science, medicine, defense, and many other industries are growing. Luxury Institute's Global Luxury Expert Network, what we call GLEN, is an example of an expert network where individuals with elite expert skills, whether they're currently employed full-time, are between jobs, or have chosen to be independent, can join the network and be selected for zero-conflict, on-demand projects. Companies of all sizes, view elite experts as an extension of their business model in order to turbocharge their creativity and innovation. And it's interesting because even if they have a full staff of employees, the smart and the adaptive enterprises know that they need to deploy on-demand, independent, agile talent, especially where their internal teams lack critical skills. They use experts, elite experts, to fill those skill gaps. Entrepreneur John McAfee says that the gig economy is about empowerment. This new business paradigm empowers individuals, professionals, to better shape their own destiny and leverage their existing assets to their benefit. Human resources experts are predicting that soon, elite experts will be members of exclusive networks, invitation-only networks, like the guilds of old, and they may have agents who represent them, just as elite athletes and Hollywood entertainers do. And that's a growing trend in technology. Top coders have agents. Now, whether an individual chooses full-time employment, is between jobs, or chooses to be an independent worker, the question we asked ourselves is how can he or she prepare themselves to be a rock star, a winner in the elite expert economy? In the first part of this two-part podcast, I covered the first two of three imperatives that Luxury Institute recommends to the members of the Global Luxury Expert Network, which is now growing with hundreds of consultants. Here's the third and most critical imperative based on Luxury Institute's empirical research and a lot of work with neuroscientists conducted over 16 years, in which we worked with thousands of executives and employees and a lot of consultants who are independent at more than 1,000 luxury and premium goods and services brands. Here's imperative number 3. You need to build deep emotional intelligence skills that empower you to nurture lasting business and personal relationships. I'll say it again because it's so critical. Build deep emotional intelligence skills. You have to work at it to nurture those lasting relationships that help you build a personal life and, extremely importantly, a career that is fruitful, successful, that allows you to thrive. Today, neuroscience, performance science, and complexity science, and we have studied all three with experts, are combining to help human workers to understand that it is not only individual talent, IQ, or skill that drives success. I'll repeat that. It's not only individual talent or IQ or skill that drives career success. Since humans are hardwired to be social creatures from their day of birth, it is the relationships and the connections between humans that matter most in determining career success or failure. While there are no recipes or formulas in systems that involve complex and ever-changing human relationships, there are some clear principles that dramatically improve the probability of success. Let me share some of those principles. First, elite experts live their life, quote, on purpose. First, they identify their core values and what gives their own life true meaning. The elites determine to live their work lives as missionaries helping others, not mercenaries in it just for the money. It starts with committing to first doing no harm and then focusing on doing good, much like the Hippocratic oath that doctors take. Elite experts meticulously figure out what anchors them, what connects them to humanity, so they can always tell if their work actions are on purpose or off purpose. And then they get back on track. They get back on purpose. They live with integrity, even if the short-term price is high. And I'm sure many of you have come up across those conflicts. Elites know that in the transparent, reputation-driven gig economy, the long-term payoff of living their good morals, their good values today, now, in the moment, is even higher long-term in emotional and economic terms. The second principle is that elite experts embrace humility. Humility is a powerful tool in high performance. Recognizing fully and fearlessly how highly imperfect they are, elite experts are not threatened by their flaws or their mistakes. They understand that fragile egos tend to blame others for failure, fail to take responsibility, and sabotage the ability to learn and improve continuously. Instead, elite experts exhibit a strong growth mindset, which fosters confronting the reality of their environment, the marketplace, and their own performance with an objective self-compassion in order to adapt quickly to achieve their life purpose. And this is really important. And even when they achieve high performance and success, they keep their natural narcissistic tendencies in check. Elites are happy to give credit to good fortune, to good luck, and especially to others, knowing that no professional succeeds alone. They exhibit none of that false modesty that's so popular in social media. And they're confident, but not in their greatness, but in their ability to learn how to learn, their ability to transform great mental states, positive states, into long-term mental traits, and their ability to adapt effectively in real time. The third principle is that elite experts learn to conquer their fears. We all have fears. We're all vulnerable. But neuroscience has chronicled how humans are wired to avoid threats first and secondarily seek rewards and pleasure. Humans, unfortunately, dramatically overstate the threats and undervalue the opportunities. And often they fail to take action on those opportunities. Now, that mindset worked well in the early stages of human development because it guaranteed physical survival in the savannah, in the desert, in the caves. Today, deeply insecure workers who continue to operate from fear states become predators because they're insecure, or prey, and they render themselves ineffective. Instead, the elite experts wire themselves to confidently dominate their irrational fears by using them as a tool to energize themselves. Very much in the same way that extreme athletes use fear as a way to get into positive states before they execute. Elite experts understand that the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of change, which scientists say are our three greatest fears, can do far more harm than good. Especially in the relatively safe world of work where you really don't have a very high probability of having any harm done to you. No one dies from having a failure or mistake at work. Elites prefer to risk creating value for others and for themselves ethically, and even if they fail, even if they lose their job, as long as they have maintained their human identity and their integrity, they're fine. Living with integrity, paradoxically, dramatically improves the probability that they will achieve far more success, far more often, while creating the conditions for far more future success as their reputation for integrity and skill grows. Principle 4 is that elite experts know they must continuously develop the skills of connecting emotionally with others to create positive results. They live with intent, positive intent. They focus on that set of 4 pillars of emotional intelligence that Luxury Institute, working with neuroscientists, has identified through empirical research in Luxury Institute's Luxellerate system. Those 4 pillars make up 20% of the traits, of the behaviors that you must exhibit in the moment that account for 90% of the effectiveness in any human engagement, in any human interaction. Those pillars are expertise, the ability to demonstrate that you are an expert in your chosen career domain and that you are an expert on people, on understanding people. Deep empathy, the ability to listen, to ask powerful questions with the intent to help, and then provide appropriate solutions or responses if you can't provide a solution. People understand when you are being deeply empathic. The third one is trustworthiness, the ability to demonstrate to people, verbally and non-verbally, that you are here to serve their interests first and foremost, before your interests are served. And then there's the fourth one, generosity, the ability to demonstrate kindness creatively, in a personalized fashion, in the moment. If you inject those 4 elements, expertise, deep empathy, trustworthiness, and generosity, into any human interaction, business or personal, and you do it with intelligence, with ethics, with creativity, because you're thinking about how you can create value for that human being, the probability of achieving success in your career in this very, very dangerous gig economy will increase dramatically just by being a good human being. Because elite experts have a mentality of abundance rather than scarcity. They're what University of Pennsylvania professor Adam Grant calls enlightened givers. Read his book, Give and Take. It's fabulous. I strongly recommend it. And you'll understand how to be an enlightened giver as an elite expert in the gig economy, because it's critical. Those enlightened givers help members of their entire ecosystem to achieve by coaching them, mentoring them, referring them, recommending them generously. They're constantly meeting with other people to exchange ideas, to learn, to teach, to share, to have friendly debates so that they can learn and help others learn. They join professional networks to share, contribute, and learn freely. And this is a critical point. Consequently, elite experts don't have to advertise their skills heavily or market themselves aggressively, do a hard sell. They never have to do a hard sell like most other people do. These individuals are provided an abundance of work through unsolicited referrals, recommendations, testimonials by their vast network of clients, of peers, of colleagues, even strangers who deeply value their work and value the relationship. Human connections are what drive a career. Now, some professionals find the gig economy terrifying, while others find it liberating. This is a natural continuum of reactions to career disruption and tumultuous change. We all have fears. It's what we do about it that counts. Now, whether an individual becomes a rock star or merely survives in the gig economy will depend almost entirely on how quickly and how effectively they choose to cultivate their entrepreneurial, professional domain, and emotional intelligence skills. Those are the 3 imperatives that we recommend to the Global Luxury Expert Network, and those are the 3 imperatives that we have seen work over and over in the gig economy. The payoff is a life of freedom and abundance as an elite expert. I wish you good luck, and most importantly, as always, I wish you great skill.